Okay, this is the final video for the Creating a S'mores app tutorial. This is where we do our final adjustments. We can change colors and fonts and add more pictures if we want. We can change things like spacing. I'm going to show you real quickly how, if I don't like this space here, I can push this label down like this, and that will push this button over. So if I have this label selected, I'm going to go over here to height. And if I do fill parent, it will fill all of that space up with emptiness. All right, so that expanded that label so that when I click away, there's nothing there and my button's at the bottom. And I think that looks a little more balanced, so I'm going to leave it like that. You may also decide to go to your other screens and change some things. I know that the buttons on my choose number screen, when I tested it, they were pretty dark and I didn't like how I couldn't read the numbers very well. So I changed the background color of my button to be yellow because I felt like that was easier to see. So you can make all the adjustments and changes you'd like. Go ahead and test it again. And then when you're ready to download it, and it's in its final version, you want to do a few things. So you'll go back to your screen 1, your home screen again. And in your properties section over here, you can double check a few things. You can double check the app name, background color, things like that. You can also put an icon here. So it's gonna tell you that you have none at first because there's no image selected to be the icon, but I think it's a good idea to have an icon. Otherwise, you'll get the Thunkable beaver as your icon, and I think it would be kind of neat to personalize it. And I'm going to personalize my icon to be that same image of a s'more. You can go ahead and look for another one if you want. You'd have to open another tab and do the image search again. Just make sure that you do that advanced search setting so that you're not stealing images that can't be used for this purpose. So once you have your image in here, you can click OK, and then that will be in the little circle as the icon on a device when someone installs this app on their device. Now, how do we install an app on the device? Well, there are 2 different options. Instead of testing, you want to make sure you've tested and everything's exactly the way you want it when you're 100% ready to go. But you can export when it's 100% ready. There are 2 options. This first one gives you a QR code that you can scan. It is only valid for 2 hours. So if the device that you have that you want to put this app on is not nearby, you're going to want to do this option instead. So this option here saves the APK file to the computer, so it's going to download. It'll take a few minutes to export and download. But once it gets there, it'll show up down at the bottom. You can then send that as an email attachment to someone who has an Android phone or tablet. And then when they open that email on their device, it will prompt them to allow the installation of your app onto their device, and they'll be able to use it just like any other app on their phone. This isn't putting the app in the Google Play Store, but it is a way to get your app out there so that people you know can use it in their daily life. So that's it. You've created a s'mores app. Feel free to add any more changes that you'd like if you feel like you need it. Otherwise, you have done a fantastic job. Congratulations.